Kingdom is a strategic side-scroller indie title made by Noyo and Licorice. Its successor, Kingdom Two Crowns, came out in 2018 and shares a lot with it. While this video is about Kingdom Two Crowns, much of it is still true for Kingdom Classic and New Lands. Kingdom Two Crowns is a survival, strategic and management simulation game. For most people that's just a bunch of keywords and doesn't mean much, so let's go through the game. You start with your monarch on a mount. The first thing you do is collect coins and recruit subjects. These are the main resources of the game. You will deal with these 90% of the time. You then buy bows and hammers. Your subjects will automatically pick up these and become archers and builders respectively. You also build a wall around your camp, as each night the creed will attack you. They will go right after the crown you are wearing, and if you lose it, you will lose the game. However, when the creed attacks you, first your gold will fall out of your purse, and the creed will typically steal coins and equipment first and return to their portal. Your archers attack the creed, and the creed have no range attacks. Everything is melee, so the walls are very important. Archers will do hunting at day, which gives 1 gold coin for each rabbit and 3 for a deer. They will pick up gold coins and give them to you when you are walking slowly by them, or if they pass you as you stand around. You can spend coins on marking trees. Your builders then will cut down, so you can expand your base and build walls and towers. Towers can attack creed without getting attacked back, with 2 exceptions, breeders and floaters. But right at the start you don't need to worry about them. Never cut down trees around a camp, however, or these camps you need to recruit more subjects will vanish. And if you build a wall too close to a river, you will regret it, but more on that in a short while. This is what you do most of the time. Run from left to right and from right to left, and drop coins at the right time. Accordingly, the game only uses 4 buttons, and for Deadlands 5, it's so genius minimalistic and still provides enough complexity to be engaging. You play on islands, which means you have the mountain with the main portal on one side, and on the other a harbor with a portal. Your goal is to destroy all portals, but on your first island you can't do that because you only get the necessary upgrades on island 2 and 4, stone and iron. So first you will only recruit archers and builders and develop until you reach a ship that you can repair. You gather subjects and gold coins and use the bell to bring some people with you. And then you sail to your next island. I usually spend more time on the second one because you can get the stone upgrade here. The island is also bigger, which means there are minor portals. But with the stone upgrade you can recruit pikemen and knights. And with the ladder you can attack portals. When you do that successfully, they will have a counter attack, which you should prepare for. The longer you take, the harder this gets, as the enemies get more quantity and quality. At first you will have creed that die in 1 hit, then they wear a mask, which let them survive 1 hit. Later there are crown stealers, which are very fast and ignore your subjects and attack your crown directly, no matter how much gold you have. And there are also breeders and floaters. Floaters will attack archers on towers unless it has a roof, which can only be achieved with the iron upgrade. Breeders are like tanks. They can really take a punch and bring down walls pretty fast. And they can throw boulders that could take down tower units, but this happens very rarely. Again, minimalistic with only 4 enemy types, but still fun as each enemy does something different. Or creed will come to you through portals. On the second island you will also get diamonds, which you can use for upgrades, hermits and mounts. Mounts are what they sound like. They replace your basic horse and will provide either special abilities or different stats, like speed or endurance. Mounts are a bit one-sided, as the best mount, which is the Griffin, is on the first island. It's fast and can push back enemies, and has a very high endurance. Hermits can upgrade your buildings for different functions. And then you have upgrades, which have the form of statues. They change stats and behavior of your subjects and buildings. Even if you die, they still are unlocked, and you only need to spend coins on them again. The only useful hermit is the baker, which attracts new recruits even from far away. The others are fairly useless. So on Island 2 you get a stone upgrade and destroy all portals with the help of squad leaders you recruit after maxing out your main building. You need iron for the cliff portal, so you move on to Island 3 and 4. On the way, probably on Island 1 and definitely on Island 2 and onwards, you will start farming. For 4 coins you get scythes and you need a river. You should have the river inside your walls, but be careful. If your wall is near your river, the available farmland is reduced. With farming, you should have many coins, which in return will expand your defensive and offensive options. You can turn your squad leaders to knights, build catapults, and even get flame ammunition. You can also recruit pikemen or, in Shogun, ninjas that will deal a certain amount of damage, or catch fish, which turns to gold and then lose their job. Both are a good defensive addition, but the ninjas are stronger, but more on that later. With the 4th island, you will start getting rid of the creed permanently. You can choose to kill all portals, then do the cliff portal, or you can go straight to the cliff portal. You don't know which direction it is, though. Then you destroy the cave inside, and all other portals become inactive and won't spawn creed. They just gloom menacingly. I had this on the 4th island. I couldn't expand to one side. The reason is you can't cut down trees that are inside the forest, just the ones on the border. Then the forest vanishes and you cut the next ones. But what if the camp for the recruitment is on one side? It's very detrimental to cut it down, as you might not get enough recruits. So you want to get to the other side of the forest and cut them from there, but in this case the forest extended all the way to the last portal, which is too much of a distance. So I only expanded to one side, and luckily I got a cave there. To initialize that, you need to order the bomb. The bomb will come with you, albeit more slowly, and 2 squads will accompany you to the cave. When you destroy the cave, you need to go forward, defeat waves of enemies until you can lit the bomb. Then you need to escape fast. That's why you need a fast mount, or in Deadlands a monarch, like Gebel. And this is the game. Defend, explore, expand and exterminate. From a pacing perspective, it's like they are billions. If you lose too much time, the enemy is going to overpower you and defeat you after a while. The seasons also play into this. There are 4 seasons, but only winter is really different, as many income sources will dry up. Since some updates, winter is not as harsh as before, but your coin income will still suffer. Your options is keeping some money with your bankier, who gives you 7% of the stored gold, or 8 gold after 100. Picking bushes, use pikemen, fishermen, or slay the boar, which is not sustainable, and comes with a risk. The time will tick on each of the 5 islands, so if you don't know that, you come to an island, winter starts, and you die. So staying over winter on a safe island is smarter. Before a season ends, the blood moon rises, which spawns a very huge wave of greed. This can happen right as you arrive at a new island, so the worst decision you could make is traveling to a new island before winter starts, getting a blood moon and winter afterwards. There are 3 campaigns: Normal, Shogun and Deadlands. There are few changes to these. For Shogun, the pikeman gets changed to ninjas that ambush enemies at night and fishes at day, while the pikeman defended the wall at night and also fished on the day. Everything has a new look and the knights changed to samurai. In Deadlands you have monarch abilities, different monarchs and different mounts, but the units are the same as in Normal. Enemies never change. Enemies never change. The biggest change is from Normal to Shogun because of one very little change. You see, units have inventory space, like your purse. Different units can hold different amounts of gold. Builders can typically hold 2 gold, archers around 10, farmers around 15. Pikemen 0, but fishermen and ninjas have 1. This oddly makes a huge difference, as you get much more money as coins despawn after some time on the ground, if the enemy doesn't pick it up when outside the wall. The ninjas attack creed outside the wall, which gives builders and retreating troops much more survivability. This game is fun, as it gives you enough management that you feel engaged in the goal. There are only 4 enemy types and only 4 units you can use, with 1 upgradable, but it's roughly the same, so I don't count it as 2. That is not much, and it's an amazing game while being so minimalistic, and that should be an achievement all on its own. For the downside, this game has bugs, despite its very few mechanics. For example, in one game my Lord's ability didn't load until I changed my banner and color for some reason. This made it a bug and an exploit, as I could reduce the cooldown to 0 by changing the banner. But without doing so, I could never use Gable's ability. Sometimes standing at the wrong place is awful, as a bankier gives you coins but you don't want them. Or you want to drop a coin but accidentally build a wall or fell a tree. I think the campaign should have a sixth island with no upgrades, but you have to use everything you got. Because the game is right over as you get all the upgrades, and there should be a final challenge. This video is on the smaller side, as the game is more minimalistic. I could go through every building, every mount and hermit, but I use very few of them, and so will you. And this video was more intended as a quick introduction to the game with a bit of criticism mixed in. Farewell.